Okay, let's unpack this. Today we're diving into a really fascinating stack of sources. They tell this incredibly unique human story.
Hmm.
It's a wild ride, exploring the unexpected journey of two very different people,
Hmm.
just thrown together by circumstance.
Completely different worlds.
Exactly. So our mission in this deep dive is to sort of pull out the most important nuggets of insight from this really captivating tale and see what it maybe reveals about pride, vulnerability, and um, the power of love,
Mm.
especially in the most unlikely settings.
Yeah, and what's really fascinating here is how these sources, I mean, on the surface it seems like a straightforward narrative, right?
Right.
But they actually offer this profound look at how individuals adapt and grow and maybe challenge their own deeply held beliefs when they're suddenly confronted with a reality that's just completely beyond their experience.
Hmm.
So we'll be, connecting the dots between their backgrounds, their behavior, and the surprising ways people find common ground, even when everything they thought they knew is just turned upside down.
Okay, so let's jump right into this almost unbelievable setup.
Yeah.
You've got Daisy Devreaux. She's a socialite, and she marries this man, Alexander Markov,
Whose name she's forgotten.
right, in this, makeshift ceremony. And it's a contract, right? 6 months?
Yep, 6 months. Orchestrated by her father, Max Petrov, this foremost diplomat.
And Daisy, maybe a bit naively, she just figures, oh, I'll offer Alex half of what Dad paid him and, easy out.
Which immediately tells you something about her worldview, doesn't it?
It does. But what does this initial setup reveal? I mean, about her and maybe the transactional nature of some relationships.
Well, it immediately highlights her internal conflict. Because despite this very pragmatic plan for a quick divorce, the sources show she actually feels a guilty conscience
Ah, okay.
about breaking what she sees as sacred marriage vows, which, tells us a lot about her underlying morals, even in this absurd situation.
Hmm.
But her first impression of Alex, it's just pure discomfort. She finds him intimidating,
Yeah.
and she even makes that amazing Freudian slip, vowing to take him as her awful wedded husband.
Ah, right, I remember that. That really sets the stage for a clash, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. A clash of worlds, for sure.
And Alex, well, he's not exactly amused. He immediately dismisses her, calls her angel-faced little brat.
Yeah, just sort of hustles her out of the apartment.
And we get this early hint of his controlled nature, that weird, faulty cigarette incident.
Oh, right. Where her cigarette just bursts into flames.
Yeah. And he just calmly puts it out. It's such a strange, almost surreal moment. It really shows he's not quite what he seems on the surface.
It's subtle, but yeah, it establishes that unflappable thing he has and his capacity for quick, decisive action.
Such a contrast to her being all flustered.
Exactly. It hints at this hidden competence, maybe even, I don't know, a hidden power beneath that initial gruffness.
Hmm.
And the journey they take right after that just amplifies these contrasts. Daisy's expecting this lavish, almost Dallas rerun kind of scenario.
Right, a ranch, a pool.
And she is utterly unprepared for the reality.
Utterly. They arrive not at some fancy ranch, but at this sun-parched vacant lot
Yeah.
with a red and blue striped big top, shackled elephants, and disreputable people, as the source puts it.
The shock must have been immense.
Totally palpable. And then Alex just bluntly reveals, I'm the manager of Quest Brothers Circus, a mud show.
Boom. Shatters her entire world.
You can almost feel her high heels sinking into the sand,
Yeah.
right? And then stepping into, well, exactly what she'd feared. Manure.
Ugh. And the trailer.
Oh, the awful trailer. Cramped, cluttered, smelling of mildew and stale food, dirty dishes.
And Alex is just completely unapologetic about it. No explanation, nothing.
This abrupt transition, it just immediately sets up this huge power dynamic, doesn't it? A complete reversal of everything she expected.
Absolutely. And then his chilling ground rules.
Yeah.
I'm in charge, and you're going to be doing what I say. If you don't, you'll suffer some pretty unpleasant consequences. I mean, it doesn't just set up a difficult living situation. It really makes you ask, what kind of relationship is this going to be? Stripped bare of all pretense, all comfort.
Yeah.
It's like a crucible, forcing us to see how people adapt when their most basic assumptions are just pulled out from under them.
And as Daisy starts to grapple with this raw new reality, the sources fill us in a bit more about her past, which helps explain her, complex reactions.
The mother, Lonnie.
Right. Described as selfish, died with debts, and apparently seduced Daisy's fiancé.
Yeah, claiming it was to show Daisy what a hypocrite he is. I mean, that's intense.
It really is. And it explains Daisy's deeply ingrained principle about not having sex outside of marriage and her fear of sex without love.
Understandably so.
Yet, despite all that trauma, Daisy's character has other facets. She's got this unorthodox, but, comprehensive education. Speaks 4 languages, identifies couture.
But also admits she lacks common sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Balanced by this sort of natural optimism. How do these contradictory traits help her survive in this completely alien environment?
Well, it's fascinating, actually. Her inherent optimism and her ability to adapt, even with that heavy personal history, they really become her greatest strengths.
Okay.
As she's forced into circus life, her interactions start showing how her initial naivete turns into genuine connection. Not just with the quirky people around her like Jill and her chimp.
Frankie, right.
Frankie, yeah, or the Lipscomb family, but also how that rumor starts Daisy is Alex's girlfriend.
Ah, that causes problems immediately.
Instantly. Sets her up for conflict with Sheba Quest, the circus owner.
Right.
And Sheba's animosity, her warning about women getting close to Alex having a death wish, it hints at much deeper, darker complexity simmering under the surface.
And speaking of Alex, Daisy quickly finds out he's not just the manager.
Nope. He's also Alexei the Cossack.
The bullwhip performer.
Yeah.
Her initial fear of the whip is so understandable, especially when she finds one in their trailer.
And assumes it's for...
Yeah, sex play, as she thinks. But Alex eventually tells her, no, it's for his act. And for controlling hot tempers and old grudges among the crew.
Which really makes you wonder, doesn't it? How much of that gruff, tough exterior is just a facade, a performance itself?
Exactly. How much is he hiding?
Turns out, quite a lot. This is where we get that huge reveal about Alex's real life.
Okay.
Yeah. He's actually a college professor, art history, on sabbaticals.
No way!
Yes. An expert at calming hysterical women, apparently. He buys and sells Russian art, consults for major museums.
So he's not just some circus bum, as she thought. He's actually wealthy.
Incredibly wealthy. Owns a large house in Connecticut, stable for his horse, Misha.
Yeah.
It completely shatters Daisy's perception.
Wow.
And it makes you, the listener, question your own snap judgments based on circumstance, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I mean, the wealth doesn't erase his trauma. In fact, maybe it highlights how deep that trauma runs.
Precisely. We learn he was rescued at 12 by Max Petrov, Daisy's father, from his uncle Sergei.
The uncle who got his kicks from whipping the crap out of me? That's horrifying.
It is. And Owen Quest, the former circus owner, helped him kind of rebuild himself, become a man.
Which explains his aversion to love, believing he had the capacity for loving beaten out of him.
And his fierce dependence on pride as his anchor, his main defense mechanism.
And then there's the other jaw-dropper, the prison reveal.
Oh, yeah. He just admits it served time for murdering that waitress.
After Daisy publicly mocks him about it, which is awkward.
Gary. And then he just confirms it himself. These layers of trauma, hidden identity. How do they explain his guardedness, his struggle with intimacy?
It's like his past is this masterclass in self-preservation, isn't it?
Totally. Forged in trauma, those mechanisms become the very barriers to future happiness. Pride is his shield against vulnerability, making sure he's never hurt like that again.
And the Romanov secret.
Just adds another layer. The direct heir to the crown of Russia, confirmed by Max.
Wow.
It explains so much about why he's so guarded, so controlling, why love feels like this existential threat to him. It's not just a plot point. It's a really profound look at how past pain dictates present behavior, often unconsciously.
So with all these hidden depths starting to surface, we see Daisy really begin to navigate this world. And her relationship with Alex starts, well, changing.
Yeah, it evolves.
She takes that job at the ticket window. And her kindness comes through, inventing free passes for poor families.
Which is lovely.
And she starts cleaning up that awful trailer, using her own money from thrift stores and secondhand shops. What do these actions tell us about her? Her growing sense of, agency.
I think they show a huge shift. She's not just enduring the situation anymore. She's actively shaping her environment, asserting her own values. And what's really remarkable is how she connects with the animals, takes on the menagerie, cleaning cages, showering Sinjun the tiger.
And Glenna the gorilla.
Right, that emotional connection. And her courage with Tater the elephant after he swats her, building that bond of affection. It just speaks volumes about her capacity for care, her resolve to stand up for the vulnerable.
Even quitting smoking seems like part of that.
Yeah, it's a small thing, but it's a powerful sign of her evolving self-care, taking control.
You really see her transforming. And their relationship, too, it shifts From those early power struggles and threats.
To this growing respect, and let's face it, undeniable attraction.
Definitely. There's that great doctor scene where Alex playfully reveals he's a professor, teasing her with that fake medical exam.
A crack in the armor. It hints at the tenderness underneath.
But then their first intimate encounter is so pivotal, she reveals she's a virgin.
And Alex is just shocked. His first reaction is anger.
Which he apologizes for later, but still. What does that moment reveal about his deep-seated issues? Intimacy, control.
It's pure fear manifesting, I think. The anger isn't really at Daisy, it's at his own loss of control, the sudden vulnerability, especially facing her innocence.
Links right back to his trauma.
Directly, where intimacy meant pain, not connection. And that fear is underlined later when he checks her birth control pills.
Right, his fear of having children because of his own past.
It's this constant tension, wanting to protect her, but also needing to control the outcome.
And adding to all this personal drama, you've got Sheba. Her jealousy is just off the charts.
Palpable, forces Daisy into the performance act, everybody's a performer.
And then tries to frame her for stealing ticket money.
But it's actually Heather who does it, right? Heather initially had a crush on Alex, resents Daisy.
Yeah, and Daisy confronts Heather, but shows incredible character by not telling Alex immediately because of Heather's tough relationship with her dad, Brady.
These external conflicts, how do they push the story forward? Do they deepen our understanding of Daisy's strength and Alex's protectiveness?
I think they act as critical pressure points. Sheba's malice tests Daisy, forces her to find her voice. And Daisy choosing not to expose Heather right away, that shows her empathy, her moral strength, even when she's been wronged.
And Alex, despite all the gruffness, he keeps stepping up, doesn't he? Defends Daisy against Sheba, insists she isn't harmed in his whip act, takes responsibility for the menagerie.
It shows that underneath the pride and control, there's this powerful protective instinct growing, born out of genuine care, it seems.
Definitely emerging.
All these layers, they build towards the ultimate test, don't they? And a new beginning. Daisy finds out she's pregnant.
And struggles to tell Alex, terrified of his reaction because of his past.
When she finally does tell him, his first reaction is exactly what she feared. Fear and rage. He lashes out, accidentally hurts her during a performance.
But his regret is immediate. It just reveals how deep his fear of hurting her runs, especially carrying his child. That moment just lays bare the devastating impact of his trauma.
It feels like the peak of his internal conflict.
It's the ultimate crucible for Alex. And then the sources give us the critical turning point, Sheba's final cruel act.
Selling Sinjun the tiger.
To a hunting park, where he'll be illegally hunted. She does it specifically to hurt them both, giving Alex this final test. Beg her for the tiger, or lose his pride.
His anchor.
Exactly. His internal struggle is immense. Pride versus his growing love for Daisy and her bond with Sinjun, and, initially, he refuses to beg.
Can't do it. And this is Daisy's moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. She knows he can't sacrifice his pride. So she physically shoves him down, gets on top of him, and begs him herself. Forces him to confront his love, breaks through those barriers.
Her words are so powerful. I'm begging you. We've come too far for you to get stupid on me now. And then when you really did love me, I thought it was guilt.
Just raw honesty. It shatters his defenses.
It really does. The breakthrough is immediate, profound. Alex finally admits it. I love you so much I hurt.
And that breaks Daisy's own icy barrier, the one she'd built up.
And then, in a surprising twist, Sheba gives Sinjun to Daisy, a wedding present.
Wow, even Sheba comes around, sort of.
Maybe seeing the depth of their connection change something. And Alex arranges for this really cool tiger compound at his house in Connecticut, plans to take Tater the elephant, too.
It's like this symbol of their new, very unconventional family.
Exactly.
And wrapping it all up, they remarry, surrounded by the Circus family, embracing this bond, not just as partners, but as two people who've just fundamentally transformed each other.
What a journey.
So what does this all mean then?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this deep dive, it's shown us this remarkable path of two individuals, seemingly polar opposites, who found love and healing in truly the most unexpected place.
It's a powerful reminder, isn't it, that even the deepest wounds can start to thaw.
Yeah.
And that our perception of who we are, it can be totally transformed by the people we let into our lives, especially when we dare to be vulnerable.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, I think this is a really How much courage does it truly take to embrace vulnerability, to acknowledge love when it challenges everything you thought you knew about yourself, and to build a future that just completely defies all those initial predictions. What stands out to you listening to this as the most surprising part of their journey? And maybe what does it make you question about your own assumptions, about love and belonging?